Warrington Woods stood ancient. Its trees were twisted, black against the fading light. Locals avoided this place. They spoke of it in hushed tones, said the woods were alive, unwelcoming. It held a deep, old silence, a silence that listened, not peaceful, but watchful. Alex was new to the area. He did not believe the local tales. He called them simple superstition. He sought peace and quiet. So he bought the old cabin. It stood right on the edge, bordering Warrington Woods. He would soon find no peace there, only growing dread. He should have listened. His first night was unsettling. The wind sighed through the pines. It sounded like hushed voices, whispering indistinct words. Alex told himself it was nothing, just the wind, his imagination playing tricks. Yet a chill seeped into the small cabin, deeper than the cold night air, a bone-deep cold. He checked the door was bolted, the windows latched securely. All was as it should be. Still, the unnerving feeling persisted. He was not truly alone. Something was out there, in the dark, deep woods, watching him with unseen eyes, waiting patiently. The old floorboards creaked overhead. Days turned into a restless week. The whispers did not cease their calling. They grew stronger with each passing night, more insistent, more personal. Alex found sleep almost impossible. Shadows seemed to writhe and dance. In the dark corners of his eyes, he saw fleeting, ghostly movements amongst the dense trees outside his window, too quick to be certain of what he saw. He decided he must explore the woods. He trod carefully at first, heart pounding. The ancient trees grew very dense here. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy. Strange symbols were carved deep into the rough bark of ancient oaks. He did not recognize their awful meaning. They felt impossibly old and profoundly, deeply malevolent. A coldness emanated from them. One grey, grim afternoon he saw it. A distinct figure stood before him, tall and unnaturally slender. It stood motionless between two gnarled trunks, simply watching him intently, silently, cloaked entirely in deep, shifting shadows. No face was visible to him, just a dark, still outline, a terrifying, waiting silhouette. It did not seem to breathe. Alex forced himself to call out. His voice was a dry croak. "Hello? Is anyone there?" The figure didn't move an inch. It did not make a single sound. The air around him grew colder, colder. Then the figure slowly raised a thin arm, pointing, not towards Alex, but directly at his small, isolated cabin. Then it was gone, vanished, as if it were never there. Alex fled back to the supposed safety of the cabin. His heart hammered violently in his chest. Inside, things had grown markedly worse. A heavy book lay splayed on the floor, as if thrown by an unseen hand. A drinking glass had shattered into countless pieces. Nothing had caused these sudden events. No discernible wind, no earth tremor, just a cold, palpable, unseen malice. The house felt violated. The whispers were inside with him now, all around him, no longer just outside his walls. They seemed to call his name over and over. "Alex!" A sibilant, beckoning sound. The sound was like dry, dead leaves, skittering across the cold stone floor. He felt unseen eyes on his back. He spun around, expecting someone. Nothing. No one was there. But the feeling of being watched intensified. His foot caught on a loose floorboard. It was hidden beneath the worn, dusty rug. A sudden flicker of desperate curiosity. It momentarily overcame his mounting, sickening fear. He pried the warped board open carefully. Dust billowed up in a choking cloud, and a strange, cloyingly sweet smell arose. Old, rotting, like damp earth and decay. He peered down into the dark space, his breath caught in his throat. Beneath the floor there was a box. Wooden, terribly old, dark with age, bound with cracked, brittle leather straps. His hands trembled badly now, uncontrollably. He pulled it out into the dim light. He unfastened the stiff, ancient buckles. The heavy lid creaked open slowly, painfully. Inside, nestled on faded, stained velvet, a porcelain doll, with vacant, staring eyes and a stitched, knowing smile. Beside the doll, a small, slim diary. Its cover was worn, discoloured leather. The fragile pages within were brittle, yellowed and spotted with great age. He opened it with shaking, clumsy fingers. The first entry was clearly dated, over 100 long years ago. It spoke of Warrington Woods in fearful terms, of a dark, watchful presence within, an entity that demanded things. The diary chronicled truly terrible things. A family had once lived in this cabin. They worshipped something ancient, primal, something that dwelled deep in the woods, the very figure Alex had seen, its guardian. It demanded sacrifices from them, always. The final scrawled entry was chilling. She is part of the woods now, forever. She watches, she waits, she wants a new friend. The writing grew frantic, wild, then it simply stopped, mid-sentence. Alex looked up sharply at the doll. Its painted, fixed smile seemed wider now. Its cold glass eyes, he swore, moved. They followed his every slight motion. He felt a small, icy hand touch his arm gently, so gently. He spun around quickly, heart stopping. Nothing tangible was there beside him, but the chilling, definite pressure remained. He was not alone in the room. The whispers became a soft child's giggle. Close, so very close to him, right behind his trembling ear. "Play with me, Alex, let's play!" He lunged desperately for the cabin door. It would not budge. It was sealed, bolted, surely from the outside. Impossible, he was trapped, utterly trapped. The woods had come inside for him. Alex was never seen again by anyone. Now 2 figures watched from the shadowy trees, waiting.